Welcome back. The National Insurance Commission and the National Pension Commission are making efforts to improve both sectors. Executives of the government agencies were recently engaged by the media, where latest strategies for insurance and pension market were explained.
Globally have been to build synergies out of institutional regulatory collaboration to license and provide insurance, pensions, capital markets, and other congruent financial services. I am mindful of the varied opinions regarding suitability or otherwise of the existing regulatory governance structure in Nigeria and the preponderance of other regulatory models elsewhere. It is, however, my considered view that we should strengthen our regulatory agencies by creating a better environment for these agencies to collaborate and coordinate their activities. It is now more than ever before a necessity to create the right framework that will enthrone interregulatory collaboration and coordination of regulatory functions to eliminate the tendency for regulators to work at cross purposes. This should enhance proactive, efficient, and effective supervision of the emerging financial industry conglomerates, which should be offshoots of an obvious market growth as our economy continues to improve. Regulators should create enabling environment for mega companies to be established through mergers and acquisitions. Such mega financial institutions are to be tasked with higher capital and solvencies, sophisticated IT infrastructure, best-in-class human resources, and strong brand presence. These institutions should also have better all-round capacities and connections, as well as complex strategies to deepen market penetration and enhance financial inclusion. The cumulative effect of the above should be improved investor confidence and ability to attract more foreign direct investments. Yes, this may create companies which may be too big to fail. The regulators have had this a lot, and it's a nightmare. But I personally believe this ought to be a preferred nightmare than what we currently have by default, which is companies that are too small to succeed. In conclusion, I would urge all stakeholders and opinion holders here present to, rather than focus on the artificial statutory divide, seek a collaborative approach towards expanding the market opportunities for all service providers.
The National Insurance Commission and the insurance operators have come up with an industry plan. We have agreed on our goals, our objectives and initiatives, and we are into implementation now. In fact, one of the major items that have been handled is a very, very dynamic and first with the issue of awareness. The industry has created a fund, and that fund is being used for awareness creation. And I'm sure your members of the press will be familiar, you know what's going on. That is the first stage in the effort of the industry to deal with the issue of industry awareness. Of course, you know, awareness creation and education, they are major projects, very costly, but we believe that by the time we get to the tenor, the first phase of the plan, which stretches from 2018 to 2020, we'll be able to assess the impact of what we are doing. And we are confident that we'll make the necessary impact. Our confidence derives from the fact that we know the role that insurance has to play in the lives of households, businesses, and government. And we believe that if this is taken advantage of, then we want to make a meaningful contribution, not only to economic, to insurance penetration, we also make a meaningful contribution to poverty alleviation. Because when people have crisis, when they incur losses, it is the role of insurance to ensure that they are restored. Now, restoration ensures that you don't fall below your previous level. It's when people fall below their previous level that the problem of poverty arises. Growth in the number of pension contributors. The number of contributors had grown by about 312,000 as it increased from 7.89 million as at December 2017 to 8.14 million as at June 2018. We also have growth in pension assets. The net asset value of pension assets of the contributory pension fund was 8.23 trillion as at June 2018. And this represents an increase of 716.94 billion, up from the value of 7.5 trillion as at December 2017. This increase is attributed to new contributors and new contributions received, interest and coupon from fixed income securities, and also net realized and unrealized gains on equities and mutual funds investments. We also embarked on an enhancement of pension of retirees under the program withdrawal model. In order to enhance the monthly pension of retirees in the contributory pension scheme, the Commission initiated the Pension Enhancement Program. It was discovered that the returns being generated by pension fund administrators on the balances on the retirement savings account of majority of retirees could be used to enhance their monthly pension. Take for instance, if somebody had retired about 5-6 years ago, and he or she had taken a lump sum and also collected pension for about 5 years, we realized that the existing balance in the RSA had even been growing so much that the appreciation would enhance the monthly contributions. So we designed a way of releasing these internal reserves to retirees. We also have some issues concerning the voluntary contributions. In fact, we issued a circular in recent times on withdrawal from voluntary contribution. That was in November 2017. The circular was necessitated by the observed incidences of high rates of withdrawal from voluntary contributions by contributors. And this appears to negate the purpose of using voluntary contribution savings to augment pensions in retirement. The law makes provision that, or for the fact that you can do voluntary contributions in addition to the statutory contributions. But we discovered that people were actually attempting to use that account even more frequently than an ordinary savings account in the bank. So this necessitated an adjustment.
I think there's a need for all of us to ensure the survival of the industry by making sure that we stop this rate-cutting inducement to brokerage, and that we keep strictly to the spirit of low premium, low cover policy of NICOM, and then we also help to ensure solvency of underwriters by ensuring that we deliver on the amount of money that we are holding from time to time. For the reinsurance, we need to ensure that underwriters have very, very robust claim handling and stringent underwriting practices, and then the prompt settlement of crystallized risk, both by the underwriter and by the reinsurers themselves. And I think that if the reinsurers are healthy, then we are likely also to have a very healthy insurance sector, notwithstanding the retention level of such insurance companies. But I also wish that the more we're able to transfer risk to the reinsurers, the better also for the insurance industry as a whole. Now we talk about the policy holders. Our customer base, the people that give us the job, the people whose confidence we also need to meet and to continue to sustain for this industry to move forward. I want to believe that there is a need for us to continue to also enlighten the policy holders that they must understand the terms and the conditions of the policies that they are carrying, such that at the end of the day we don't get ourselves involved in unnecessary argument as to say, oh, when you wanted to collect money, you didn't tell me all this. Now that I have a claim, you are telling me terms and conditions apply. We want to ensure that we don't also default on the payment of premium, and that we encourage them to make claims, no matter how small the claim is. And I had a friend that had a scratch on his car. He said, is your car not insured? And I said, yeah, my car is insured. And then what the said, oh, this one is a minor one. There is nothing that is minor. One of the key stakeholders in the insurance business is the seed provider, and that is the shareholders. It is not only when we need to recapitalize the insurance businesses that will run to the shareholders, but on the part of the shareholders themselves, they must understand the dynamics of the insurance business, where they are putting their money, and that the insurance sector has its own peculiarities. There's no doubt that we need more fund injection for our insurance companies to be able to take on bigger ticket transactions. But the shareholders must keep both the board and the management of their companies on their toes, not only on return on equity, but also seeing to the health of the insurance company via solvency. They need to also have an understanding of what insurance business is all about. I was in a very privileged meeting of a reinsurance company shortly before the annual general meeting. And I listened to shareholders complaining and telling the management of a reinsurance company that they don't have any products, that they don't see their marketers outside, they are trying to persuade people to come and buy insurance. And what do you think the management would do? They would just laugh at the level of ignorance of the shareholders that they have, because it's not the business of the reinsurer to come and be selling direct insurance policies on the streets. Now we have quite a lot of professionals that are also involved in the business of insurance. The actuaries, the credit rating agencies, and the external auditors. So we have a depth of professional actuaries in Nigeria, and I'm looking at the future of this business, and I think there must be deliberate effort by the operators to actually sponsor people in this field of insurance.
And after the break, we'll look at today at the NSE. Do stay with us.